Good afternoon, friends. Thank you for joining us on Let's Chat. I'm Judy, and I think we have an exciting show today. I have four of my favorite people that we play Mexican trained dominoes once a week, and we have a great time. Our topic today is our favorite thing of Christmas. So with no further ado, I'm going to have you introduce you to my friends, and they'll give you their name and they get to talk. So stay with us. It's going to be a great show. Okay, Gerd.
Hi, I'm Gerd Schmunk, and I reside in LEC. When Judy said, what's your favorite? You know, it's hard to pick a favorite for Christmas. I just love the Christmas season. However, I think probably the music is one of my most favorites. I turn it on low all during the day and listen all month, and then when it's all over, I can turn it off. But I also wanted to share, it's not a memory exactly. It's something happened when Christmas Eve, when I was about 7 years old. My folks came from Norway, and when you were celebrating Christmas in Norway, you opened your Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve rather than Christmas morning. So I had been having doubts. As I said, I was about 7.5 years old, and I was having doubts about whether there really was a Santa Claus. And I remember thinking, we always went to church Christmas Eve, and I thought, if no one goes back to the house, then there's a Santa Claus. So we went off to go to church, and sure enough, my dad said, oh, I forgot my wallet. And he went back and got the wallet, and when we came home, our Christmas presents were still under the tree. So that was when I first doubted there was no Santa Claus.
Thank you. That was a great story. Nice memory, too.
Yes.
Peggy, would you like to say your name and tell us?
Sure. My name is Peggy Harris, and I'm very happy to be here today with all of my domino friends. When I think about Christmas growing up, I remember one specific thing that we did on Christmas Day, and that was watch cartoons. We would go over to my grandparents' house, and my cousins and my aunt and uncle would go over, and we would have Christmas dinner with my grandma, and then we would open presents. And then as soon as the presents were open, my cousins, my brother, my sister, and I would hightail it back to my house, and we would watch cartoons on TV. And cartoons on TV was a rare thing back in those days. So we would go over and we would watch cartoons all afternoon, one right after the other. Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and all those good ones. So that was a real treat for us on Christmas Day, because you didn't see cartoons on TV or anywhere except maybe at the end of a movie or something. So that was very special.
Thank you, Peggy. And that's something I don't think any of us ever got to do, was watch cartoons. That was a good story. I enjoyed it very much. Jean?
Yes, I'm Jean Crosby. I live in the gallery. Very happy there. I don't have to go outside. Everything's within walking distance inside. One of my favorite things about Christmas is watching the different kind of nativity displays. And I was at Goodwill, it was probably in July, and I saw this little nativity, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. I think I'll take that home. So I bought it, got it home, and looked at it carefully. There was no Jesus in the manger. And I had heard about some people stealing the Jesus symbols, but I looked a little closer, and Jesus was in Mary's arms.
That's
So that has become one of my favorite things, is to look at nativities and see where Jesus is. And the cards that one receives, this one is so pretty, and this one has Jesus in the cradle. And then I found a card that has the entire biblical story of Jesus from Luke, so I thought that was special. But Otterbein has a nice nativity display at the main entrance, so if you haven't seen it, go
Yes.
look. It's nice.
It's very nice, yes. Well, thank you, Jean. That was interesting too. So we're getting a whole different prospect here. Okay, Juanita, it's your turn.
I'm Juanita Tim, and I live in Dove Court. I've been there for 2 years, and I love my little place. And my favorite thing of Christmas is when my children, my 3 daughters, were little and growing up. My husband was in the Air Force, and we were stationed at Plattsburgh Air Force Base for 6 years up near the Canadian border. And there was so much snow up there. Sometimes we would get 2 or 3 feet in the same day, and it would drift up against the back of the house, so when you looked out the bedroom windows, all you saw was snow. And it was just so beautiful with the snow and the Christmas lights. And my mom and dad always came for Christmas, and my dad just had all the patience in the world with the girls. He would play play games with them all day long while my mom and I cooked a big Christmas dinner. It was just a real happy time with family, and I have really pleasant memories of that.
Juanita, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Each story was very unique and pretty. And my favorite thing is, again, the Christmas music. One of my newest favorite songs is Mary Do You Know? If you haven't heard it, look it up. It's kind of new out there, so you've heard it, haven't you? It's a heart-wrenching. It's beautiful. And Kevin, what is your favorite thing? Besides food.
I was gonna say you caught me eating. I'm eating a cookie. Judy brought me a cookie, and I'm eating it as we talk. Did you want me to come out there, Judy, or did you want me to?
Yeah, well, do we have much time left to talk?
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time.
Oh, we got lots of time.
We got lots
Okay,
of
now
time.
let's talk about our dominoes playing. How much fun we have.
we love
We
it.
tend to forget whose turn it is because people walk by us and they all stop and talk to us. And next thing we look back and we think, whose turn is it? And so we've only played this game for about a year. We still don't know it very well. What would you like to say about the dominoes? Anything good? It's her. By the way, it's her game and her rules.
And I think it's a great group. I think we all look forward to
Oh,
it when
yes.
we play it. And yes, I'm glad we have the 5 of us involved.
And
Peggy?
we even have our own language where
Yes.
say, this is our language. Huh.
Okay, ready, girls?
Or,
Are we ready?
All together,
We use that a lot. Okay, that was good. I forgot about that, but that's
Yeah.
very good.
well, we kind of figure marketing owes us a free lunch now and then
Absolutely.
because every time marketing brings people by our table where we're playing Mexican trade, he will point us out. He said, you know, people have a lot of fun here. These ladies are playing Mexican trade. So we're really good advertising for Otterbein.
absolutely.
Did you hear that, John Weber? We get a lunch ticket.
Good
We bug
publicity.
him all the time. Go ahead, Juanita.
That's my favorite day of the week. I love going to Domino's and being with you ladies.
Good. It is. We even try to avoid appointments if we can.
We do,
Right.
We cancel.
How is it different than regular Domino's?
What?
How is Mexican train different than regular Domino's?
Well,
You
we.
have to have a special.
Who wants to explain that?
Well, you can't just use regular dominoes. You have to use a special domino set, which is Mexican train itself.
And we have little trains.
Yeah.
We each have our
trains,
little
little engines.
little colored train.
And we have to have the color that matches our top.
Absolutely.
Oh, we
Hopefully.
forget whose train it is. We have a great time. The other thing too is about the little thing in the center that somebody
Yes.
should pick up on that.
Yes, and if you got a battery that works and you press the top of it, it sounds like the engine of a train, which is fun.
It's a great game. There's 3 here, I think, but everybody plays them differently. So we just play Gerd's way.
Right.
Because she
House
taught
rules.
us how. You taught us how.
No, as you said, everyone has a different way of playing it. And ours was just a family way we played it, and it seemed to be easiest for the younger ones to understand what was going on.
Good.
Take a minute and say where you're spending Christmas and go around wherever. I'm spending it at my daughter's in Carmel, Indiana.
I'll be right here in Lebanon with my daughter.
Okay. Peggy?
Christmas Eve, I'll be over at my son's. He lives in Lebanon. Christmas Day, I'll be here.
And you're going to eat up at the great
And I'm going to eat up at the
1912.
1912 restaurant, yes.
There will be 5 of us at the 1912 because we have conflict. So our Christmas will be December 30th.
Okay. And you'll have the whole dinner and everything?
Yeah.
Gift giving?
Yes. And my birthday's
I was gonna
December
say-
31st.
That's right.
So they're going to celebrate my
Oh, wow.
birthday and Christmas on the 30th.
Is it the 39th birthday?
39th.
Of course, we don't go any further than 39. Juanita, what are you going to
I'll
do?
be with my daughter and my son-in-law in Beaver Creek with my 2 grandsons and 3 great-grandchildren. So we should have a
Well-
really nice time.
I have just a little story. Years and years ago, when my grandsons were tiny, I had a blue old-fashioned velvet robe with a white looked like a grandma robe, even though I wasn't that old yet. Every Christmas, I put that on, and we sit on the top steps before they go to the tree, and we take a picture. And now they're 18 and 20, and I got my robe packed. It's the only time I ever wear it. Is that one morning? Do you have favorite clothes? We all have red on today, as you can tell. Yours says peace, joy. Yours says Merry Christmas.
Just Mary.
Okay. Everybody looks so Christmassy. Anybody ever have any more little stories or anecdotes that they want to mention? What's your favorite Christmas food? Like, what would be your favorite food?
Christmas, when I was the hostess, when most of the family would come, in fact, all of them would come, and it was beef tenderloin. At that time, you could afford it. Now, gals that cook the dinner usually end up with pork tenderloin, which is good.
That sounds good,
So,
yes.
Yes.
Peggy, what do you like what was your favorite meal?
Well,
Or part of it.
during the Christmas season, I would help my mother make popcorn balls and taffy. And when we would sit and watch cartoons all afternoon, another treat was, while we were watching the cartoons, we would also be eating popcorn balls and taffy, which of course probably rotted out our teeth. But, we didn't.
They sound
Think about
delicious,
that.
though. Did you ever hang them on the tree for decorations? I know we used to string popcorn. Did you do that too? And
I
hang
don't
that
know if
on
we
the
ever
tree.
did that or not. The popcorn balls were a little too heavy.
They sound
for
good
that.
though.
I'm kind of odd about Christmas food. I like fruitcake.
I love
Oh,
fruitcake.
good for
You're unusual.
You hit on it.
I
yes.
do like it.
yeah.
So who's going to bring fruitcake next year?
And for the Scandinavian people, it was an absolute positive. You had to have that. It was called lefse and sota. I won't tell you what the sota is because you say, how could you eat that? But
Oh, I want to know now.
Yeah, no, what
you have
is
to
it?
tell us.
actually, they get a pig's head
Ah.
and they boil that and take the meat off and add some other things and press it for about a week. and you slice it and put it on the lefse. That was great. My kids don't think so, but I do.
Well, now, Gerd, what's the lefse?
It's actually like a potato pancake, only very, very thin. And you put the meat on there with a little bit of vinegar and roll it up in this cream.
Sounds good.
Anybody else have something about food? We all like to eat.
I think my favorite thing was my mom's chocolate fudge. She made wonderful fudge.
That's right. And my mom made peanut butter fudge.
Oh, that
And
sounds
that
good
was
too.
good, yes.
Well, I have to make fudge, not peanut butter, because my grandson's allergic to peanut butter. But I have to make fudge. That's the one thing I'm going to do this year, I hope, if I ever have time. And I do make a great fruit cake, but I didn't. But next year, we'll all meet here next year, and I'll bring fruit cake. Okay, Kevin?
Deal. Sounds good to me.
So, would you like to take your glass and we'll
Sure.
greet? Oh, I have a little thing I read. No, you can go ahead and take your glass. That on New Year's night, you're supposed to open the front door, let out the old year, and let in the new year.
Oh, that's good. I like
So we all
That's all
get up at midnight, well, even if you're sleeping, get up and open the door. Either that or leave it open.
Couldn't we do like, we set the alarm, for if when it's change time, but we set it when we go to bed.
Right, set
we
it
don't have
and
to
get
get
up
up
and
in the
there'll be all of us with our doors open and it'll be freezing cold. But I thought that was interesting. Yeah,
That's
that's cute.
interesting. Yeah.
So we're ready to toast. Kevin, are you coming over with us? Kevin's going to join us on this. He's been so helpful with all the Let's Chats. And do you need more punch? We have lots of punch.
Drink all mine.
So where do you want to go? In between somewhere? Or? Okay.
Hey, cheers. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Happy New Year.
Christmas.
And Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
And
Year.
maybe a wonderful New Year's.
Yes.
Yeah, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I have a couple stories. I don't know.
Oh, good.
I hope the mic can pick me up where I'm at. I'll try to speak loud, but
Do you want this one?
no, you can keep it on, and I think it'll get picked up by all of them. Oh, hello. Get an early
He's
Christmas
young enough
gift
to be
here.
my son. I'm teasing him.
No, when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Batman. All right, I was a big Batman fan, and at some point when I was very young, I saw in a Toys R Us that there was one of those cars you could buy as a kid that you could get into and actually drive around, and it was the Batmobile. Ooh. And it became the obsession of my life. It was all I wanted, and it's become this story in my family because for about 6 years of my life, it was the only thing I asked for Christmas, and I never received it. And my parents said, once I became older, they said, that was intentional. We were trying to teach you, you don't always get what you want. It was a very expensive thing, so that was part of why they didn't buy it for me. But that they also wanted to use it as sort of a learning lesson of you don't always get what you want, especially if it's something very expensive like that. But it's still to this day a thing that my family talks about. We all sort of had one of those things growing up, me and my siblings, that we wanted and then never actually got. But that was me with the Batmobile.
I always wanted a strand of pearls when I was 8, and my sister got them.
Oh no!
Yes, she was
Wow.
older. She should have had them, but I wanted pearls.
Well, I'm thankful that none of my siblings got the Batmobile.
Oh, no.
There would have been some serious problems in my
Yes.
family.
We'll all keep our eye out for Batman things.
Yeah, there you go. And
They're
gosh,
collector's items now.
I had something else that I thought I was going to tell you, and now I'm blanking on it. You guys were talking food. My dad is Lebanese, so for Christmas we get together with his extended family, and we do a big Lebanese dinner. So it's no boiled head or anything like that, but a lot of lamb. We eat a lot of lamb and a lot of hummus and a lot of tabbouleh, which is sort of a Mediterranean salad kind of thing.
Interesting.
Another dish called yutni, which is like lamb and in like a tomato sauce that you put over rice. And yeah, so we got that coming up actually just in a few days. We got the big extended George Christmas and be eating all the good Lebanese food.
How many people will be there?
Anywhere between probably 80 and 150
what?
people. Yeah.
Where?
Oh my
So
gosh.
we in part of Cincinnati called East Walnut Hills. There's a church over there, St. Anthony of Padua, and it's a Lebanese church. It's Catholic, but it's not the Roman Catholic. It's a Maronite Rite church, so we rent out the church hall there, and it's the big extended George family. So my grandfather was one of 12, so. The extended family is quite large. So anywhere between 80 and 150 people, just depending on how many people come.
Lord.
Do you have it catered?
No, the family gets together a few days early, and we do all the cooking, together. So some of the family heads get together and do the actual cooking in advance. Yeah,
It's a lot of food.
it's a lot of
Boy, I
food.
guess.
There was about 4 or 5 years ago, we knew we were going to have a very big group, like all of the families were going to make it. So I did end up bringing a camera and taking a big group photo, and
yes.
I'm glad that we did, because just a few weeks later we ended up losing the last of the 12, those 12 siblings.
okay.
So we did end up getting him in that picture, and then a few weeks later he did pass. So it was everybody was very thankful that we did end up getting that group
Yes.
shot. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of fun. I don't want to take up all the time here, and I'm about to do it.
We want to hear this.
I can remember being a kid and growing up, and my siblings and I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning on Christmas Day, and we're all excited. So we'd be knocking on mom and dad's door, and they would be trying to delay us as long as possible. This is back in the day when my dad would have the big shoulder-mounted camera that would take 10 minutes to set up and get ready, and so he would use that as an excuse as to why we couldn't go downstairs yet and look at the presents. But I think at a certain point they had to make a rule that was no knocking on the door before 7 a.m. because, every year it would get a little earlier and earlier because we'd be antsy and want to open presents. But
And now my
how we
grandsons are
settled
older.
That was, we would put their Christmas stockings, from the night before, when they put them up. We put them by their bedroom door, and they could go get the stocking and play with whatever. Usually we put comic books in them, so they could read the comic books
There you
and
go.
let us sleep just a little longer.
yeah.
That's a good
My
idea.
grandsons are 18 and 20, and now we have to wake them up.
Oh, yeah.
They don't
wanna
want to
sleep
get
in
up
and sleep in
until
until
6
noon.
o'clock in the morning. We're knocking on their door. You guys get up. Thank you, Kevin. That was wonderful. So this has been so much fun. I'm glad you all could make it. I'm so blessed to have you in my life, all of you. And I just feel
the
very
same,
close
I'm
to you.
sure.
Yes, we do.
How about we wish you a Merry Christmas?
Merry
Yes.
Christmas
We
to
wish
each
you
of
a
you.
Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Okay, bye everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
That was great. That was really good. A lot of different little talking.
stories.
Sometimes you can't plan everything. You just kind of have to go with
Let
the
'em
flow. And he filled in. So that was great. So have a cookie while we don't have to rush out of here.